What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into a very entertaining episode of Monday Night Raw. What did you think of the show, man?
So last week, I think we said either interesting or we said entertaining. This week was certainly entertaining for sure. I think this was a phenomenal. You could totally tell that this was totally Triple H's regime. Great show,
Absolutely.
really good show. Build up, I think, for Money in the Banks, just about 6 days away. Gonna be good. The way they opened up the show was the right call. Dominic Mysterio out in the ring being booed to the universe and back, man. It was obnoxious. The crowd was going crazy against him and Rhea Ripley. They tried kind of, ramping up the crowd a little more, but that crowd was not having it with them. But Rhodes comes out and it's his hometown. You can't forget about that, right? Really good pop with Rhodes. Cody basically, I think he just kind of insulted Dominic, and Dominic just tried walking away. Rhodes nearly waited them to come back in the ring. I thought they were going to battle it out, but they got me hyped up even more. They did their job, and then Ray backed down again. Dom got some great heat. This is going to be a good rivalry come Money in the Bank, but that wasn't it for the end of the night. Till the end of the night, we'll get back to that. So we still saw some more Cody Rhodes tonight, which is good. They had a good match next up. It was I think it was Shinsuke and Ricochet.
Absolutely.
Two
Yeah, it was a good high-flying matchup between two
two of
guys.
the best in this business, man. I think it was Bronson Reed. He sat ringside, so we knew something was going to be a little fishy here. Right. It was a good match. I really had no problem with it. The thing about it, Shinsuke and Ricochet. Shinsuke's so good, Ricochet's so good, but who's going to take the win and who's going to end up looking weak? It was Shinsuke who took the loss here. A beautiful shooting star press by Ricochet. I think this was a solid 4-star match.
Oh, absolutely. Ricochet really building that momentum up heading in Money in the Bank this weekend. And if this is an appetizer, what we're going to get in the Money in the Bank match, I'm here for it for sure.
Absolutely. Speaking of appetizer, before we get into what I was, pumped up
Oh,
about throughout the night. Dominic Mysterio was in the back. So this is before this next matchup happened. Dominic was in the back, basically saying he wants to show Cody Rhodes who he is, just give him a little sneak peek. So he went to Adam Pearce and said, I demand a match tonight, and it's going to be against an opponent of my choosing, and we'll end up getting to that. But that really kept me at the edge of my seat for the night. Okay, who's he going to face? So Ronda Rousey versus Raquel Rodriguez. This is going to be a good match at Money in the Bank. I really think it is. And Shayna Baszler and Liv Morgan ringside for their respective teammates. Ronda Rousey took a W, not fairly quickly. It was a decent match, but women ringside got into a brawl, Liv and Shayna. But it is what it is. The freshly successful, unified women's WWE NXT Tag Team Championships. I hope they lose them at Money in the Bank. I really do.
you and me both get some new life into that division. No one cares to see Ronda and Shane as the tag team champions. And it's really good to see Liv Morgan back. She looks healthy and ready to go.
Mm, I think so, and I'm pumped up for their matchup. Hopefully, they take the W. Well, what we can get to next before we get to a matchup, it was Seth Rollins with a nice promo about his upcoming match against Finn at Money in the Bank. Basically, telling Finn to come out, and Finn wouldn't come down to the ring. And just as we know it, Finn actually attacks Seth Rollins from behind. Excuse me, they fought around the ring, then outside. Carmelo Hayes was ringside for this. So Balor took Rollins out for just a few. He went to get, I think, a chair at the timekeeper's area behind the barricade, and Carmelo was right there at the perfect time and took that chair from Finn Balor. It was perfectly executed. The timing was awesome, but we'll see. I really like what they're doing with NXT and I guess you could say the main roster, especially Carmelo Hayes and Seth Rollins. They got
Yes,
each other's back.
a good mix of bringing some new fresh stars on the main roster brands. And Seth is really taking some guys under his wing and making them look great. Look at his match with Braun Breaker on NXT. That was phenomenal. Now we got Carmelo Hayes, man. I'm excited.
Now we have another matchup, which was supposed to. I was hoping for a decent match. It was Tommaso Ciampa headed to the ring for a matchup against the Miz. He's back from injury. He's looking good. Miz attacked him from behind as he was headed towards the ring, and then just hit a skull crushing finale on the floor after a few more moments of beatdown. But this is a Miz we haven't seen in a while, and I'm totally here for it. Now we didn't get a match there, but we did get a match next. Akira Tozawa was the opponent taking on Dominic Mysterio. Akira's got it, man. Crowd loves him, but it was a horrible match. Dominic just, I don't feel him. It's going to be a blowout at Money in the Bank. I know it is, but E, it wasn't anything crazy. I just feel bad for Tozawa, man. I
Yeah,
don't know. Dom hit a nice frog splash. That felt good, but damn, Tozawa deserves a lot more.
the crowd really gets behind him. But let's just circle back to this match that we have coming up at Money in the Bank. Can we talk about the polar opposite reaction that Cody Rhodes got tonight rather
Yeah,
than Dominic Mysterio? Dominic
yeah,
got booed out of the building, and I haven't heard a Cody Rhodes chant like that in so long. I know it was his
yeah.
hometown, but they were hot.
It was really, really good. So we had, I think, it was the summit next for women's Money in the Bank. It was basically all the women in the ring, hosted by Corey Graves. Each woman had a chance to speak about their upcoming matchup, and then it all just turned into a utter disaster. Then we'll move actually towards Sami Zayn versus Gunther, which actually was it culminated earlier on in the night with Gunther and Kaiser and KO and Sami Zayn in the back, and they get into an argument. Sami Zayn Gunther, this was a really good match. Kevin Owens was ringside. Owens attacked Kaiser, hoped to get involved. Zayn took out Gunther. A nice dive over the rope. Zayn can do it, and I think it was Kevin Owens on commentary who said something about Sammy's drags or tosses, and he's so smooth in the ring, and I never really noticed until Kevin Owens actually said something, but Gunther hit a power bomb for the win. It was good to see Gunther take the W, but it didn't make Sami Zayn look too weak. He had a great matchup.
Absolutely. You know what? And I love how they're getting some new matchups on Monday Night Raw. Like
Mm.
Sammy and Gunther run that back. That was a great match. And you know what? Gunther, man, those chops, put people in the ring with him. He's just going to knock them right back down.
Yeah, knock him right back down for sure. Let's talk about somebody who's rising from the top, who possibly got knocked right back down again. Finn Bálor and Carmelo Hayes, great matchup. Really, really good matchup. High flying moves. Nonetheless, Carmelo, he can hang with some of the greats like Finn Bálor, and Corey Graves loved it. The crowd loved him too. Finn got a clean win with a coup de grace. Perfectly good call for Finn Bálor to take that W that way.
Yeah, for sure. I was pulling for my man Carmelo Hayes, but he definitely did not sell himself short. Really showed up on the main roster, and I hope we see him on the main roster more and more, and hopefully a mainstay on Monday Night Raw or
I
SmackDown.
hope so. Just hopefully he doesn't get lost in the mid card. So before he faces Dominic in 5 days, main event time, Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Match is pretty good. Dominic ringside with Rhea Ripley, just as you expected. Rhea and Dom, they cause a distraction, but Priest still wasn't able to put him away with the South of Heaven. Cody recovers, hits a crossroads for the win. Another good matchup, I guess you could say. I didn't expect the loss with Cody, but you know what? Dominic got a cheap shot on him after the match, and that's what really built it up. Last final call for Money in the Bank.
Cody's just going to destroy him at Money in
Yeah,
the
I
Bank.
know.
It's going to be awesome. Maybe we'll see Brock try and interfere and keep that rivalry going towards SummerSlam. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But you know
Most
what?
likely.
I thought it was a great go home show for Monday Night Raw. Certainly better than last week's SmackDown.
It was
We got
good. It had a lot of pieces that needed to be filled, and it wasn't just filler tonight. It was actually thought out segments.
way to go, Triple H. That's all I have to say.
Yep,
Let,
absolutely.
let us know what you guys thought about tonight's show. Always like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Until then, peace out. This has been KozMatt. Thanks for watching.